We're almost ready. It's our Halloween episode. Halloween, whatever you want to call it. Tonight, courtesy of the creativity of the kids at the Central Institute, we have these letters for you. First of all, letter 1. Now I'm becoming terrified of the bedroom too. The fear of her causing me potential injury is far too much. Second letter tonight. Bella Lugosi, Frank Langella, and we get James. Very nice, James. Letter 2, I hear unusually loud creaking in the floorboards. Objects are never where I left them. Things flicker on and off at will. Yes, it just sounds like our studio, really. And the third letter tonight, Halloween needs to be banned. And we're having such a good time discussing it. Oh, you need breath mints. Oh, it's been dead for a while, hasn't it? When we come back, more of Sweet and Sour and a terrific lot of panellists. Don't go away. But James is certainly going somewhere. We'll bury him. Got a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our monthly crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, 'cause baby, it's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
Pour some sugar on me, baby.
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
How's about some chili?
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Halloween special, or Halloween special, depending on where you live in the world. First up tonight, someone who's looking quite ghoulish, or is that actually Vince? Turn on the side. You're looking quite girlish, really, aren't you? Look at that long hair at the back. Why the long hair?
Why the hair?
Are we allowed to say?
Why the hair? Long hair. Why the hair? We're having a very, very naughty butcher's calendar to raise money for a charity, and I thought that I just might try and hide behind my locks.
When's it published?
The middle of the year, 2012.
Middle of the year? You're going to
Yes.
do a 6-month calendar?
No, we're going to do probably a 12 or an 18-month calendar, but started from the 1st of July. So we can compete with nobody.
Oh, smarty. Very. Hang on, one question though. You getting any of that hair in all that food that you're preparing for, or that you just prepared for Choggum?
No. That's why it's all tied back.
Okay.
Very slick and clean.
Did you enjoy Choggum?
And Choggum was sensational. Meeting the Duke was sensational.
90 years of age.
Man, I tell you what. What a life they lead.
What a life.
Meeting famous butchers from all over the world. Good luck to them.
Kymba, how does a famous butcher strike you?
Well, I've actually met Vince before, so I'm thinking he is actually famous. I knew who he was before I got here, so...
He is. How are you, hon?
I'm fantastic.
Welcome back to your seat.
Thank you. I know, I try to take this one every time I turn up.
Yeah, I noticed.
No one's fighting me,
Before everybody else, so there was no competition.
Yeah.
Terrific. How was the show today?
Fantastic.
Good.
All is well on the big couch at Mix 94.5, 4 to 7 weekdays.
We don't do shameless plugs, but nice to hear anyway. How are the boys?
They're very well.
You good?
Yes.
All right. They know you're coming in tonight?
They did, yeah. I told them at the last minute because I didn't want them to turn up and rain on my parade.
We wouldn't let them. Suzie Hunt, where have you been?
Around.
We haven't seen you for ages.
Dealing with teenagers.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
I'm dealing with.
How
My
many
new
kids?
job.
4 kids?
Got 4 kids, but 3
Age?
teenagers. 3 teenagers
The
at the
youngest?
moment. 9. He's easy.
Lockie?
Yeah, he's
9?
gorgeous. He's 9
Little
and a half.
Lockie is 9?
Yeah, and he's still little.
Wow.
Yes, but the 3 teenagers, well,
Well, they're teenagers. What are you going to do? Daz, welcome back.
Thank you, mate. Lovely to be here.
10 years of NLP.
10 years of NLP training. Yeah, very happy. 2,300 hours flying time.
Really?
That's how 43 trainings over 10 years, and they're big 7-day, 12-day trainings. Give me grey hairs.
All right. Now, do we confuse everybody again and tell them all what NLP stands for?
Neuro-linguistic programming. It's the languages that program your neurology.
Like?
Like brightness, like sound, like distance, you name it. If you can put a movie inside your head and we can make it smaller or darker or anything like that, you can get away from all the things you fear.
Who did this? Who put a smart guy on the same night as us?
I don't know. We might have to bounce him. We'll see how we go. All right, here we go. Letter 1. Dear Sweet and Sour panel, my girlfriend is a gore porn junkie, whatever that is. She gets off on watching stabbings and slashings on the big screen. Oh, well, that's what it is. It seems violence makes her horny. I introduced her to scary movies just over a year ago, but before that, she'd make a point of completely avoiding them. Gradually, however, she became more and more intrigued and went from cowering in my shoulder to demanding to be sitting in the front row. Recently, this obsession has spilt into the bedroom too. She's wanted to take a more risque sexual path. In one instance, she's had me dress up as Hannibal Lecter and reenact a scene from Silence of the Lambs. But it's become bizarre because now she asks me to hurt her and not even close to being comfortable with any of it. I heard stories where people stab each other with blunt objects and worse. Could she be heading in that direction? What have these gore-filled movies brought out in her? Now I'm becoming terrified of the bedroom too. The fear of potential injury is almost too much. Please tell me what's going on in her head and how do I manage to end this destructive behaviour? And luckily comes from the other side of the continent, Toby in Cronulla, New South Wales. Okay, Vincenzo, what's going on here? Gore porn junkie.
Poor Toby. Poor Toby. Toby, you started it. You brought it out in her.
How'd he start it?
Well, he introduced her to movies and she was cowering from them.
I've taken a bird or two to the movies. I've never done that to him, though.
But you wanted her to be scared, so she'd sneak up and go, "Oh, save me!"
This is true. We had to leave early on many occasions.
Thank you very
That's right.
much. Thank
Okay,
you very
okay.
much. Toby, you're in big trouble, mate. I've been moving on. Fear, my friend. Fear. Fear. Once a woman is hooked on fear, it is an unbelievable thing. You will never, ever be able to keep up with it. So I suggest you just take off fear.
That's it from Vince.
Fear.
Move on. No good. Kymba, are we moving on?
Yes. Look.
We're moving on as well. There's no hope. Go on.
No. Toby, there's nothing wrong with being a little more risque in the bedroom, okay? And you shouldn't be afraid of that because you never know what that's going to bring out in you. Try something different. Could be the best thing you've done. But you shouldn't be made to feel uncomfortable. So if there's something that you really don't want to do, I suggest that when you reenact the Silence of the Lambs, that you do the scene where he wears her skin as a suit. And that will probably turn her off, okay? She'll back off a bit. That's the way to do it. If it doesn't work, I mean, you could talk to her. I mean, we could be rational and talk to her. And if she can't see that this is affecting your
Sweet and
relationship,
sour, you want it to be rational.
pull the pin.
Thank you, Kymba. Yuck, Hannibal Lecter. Oh, Suzie,
Well, Toby,
what fetishes do you have?
well,
Are we allowed to discuss them on national
can I
TV?
say, gore porn's a new one. Gore porn. That's a
I've never heard of that either.
But I
Gore
wonder
porn.
how old Toby is. I really do, because I think there's
11?
a lot of men that I know that are my age, they would just like their partners to want sex, no matter how it is. And to have risque sex handed to you on a platter, Jesus Christ, they'd be buying the bloody DVDs,
Probably
importing
wanting to be
them.
asleep.
So I question how old you are, Toby, and maybe you don't realise how lucky you potentially are as well.
Lucky?
Well, the fact
She
that...
wants to hurt him. Lucky.
Ah, bullshit. She just wants a bit of risque sex. I mean, come on, get with the program, Toby. For God's sake, you're a guy. Act like one.
Blunt objects.
And
worse.
Oh, blunt
Not
objects.
yet.
Yes. What? I could be... No, that was
What
a little...
blunt
That was a
object-
little pornographic. I don't know.
What
There's
blunt object would you
blunt-
have in mind? That might be a bit fun.
There is blunt special objects that people might want to use for fun.
I'm sure.
Like
In
this,
bed?
for example. Just as an example.
On your head, exactly. But I'm going to give Toby some suggestions, a little like Kymba, but a little easier. Like, just say you've got a headache, you've got to clean the fridge, or maybe even you've got your period. She'll leave you alone. You know, there's all alternatives that women often
All right,
use.
Daz,
apparently.
final word. Gore
Mate,
porn.
yeah, look, it's interesting, Toby. I think you've got to watch out for two things. One is I do tend to agree with Kymba in one way. You could push it too far. I mean, you could really dress up or do something too freaky, and that would probably settle things down. But the other thing is, mate, if you leave her, she's only going to stalk you. Let's face it, she's got it in there.
Nothing wrong with a stalker on occasions. When we come back, we're going to be talking about a bloke who's still hanging around after he's been dead for 6 years. Don't go away. More of our Halloween night on Sweet and Sour. See you then.
Yes.
Haunting husband. Thank you very much. Audience is really energetic tonight. If you'd like to send us a letter, send it to the address that's about to appear on your screen, which should be reading letters@sweetandsour.net.au. And for every letter that we do receive, we're going to send you to the movies, courtesy of the very gorgeous Natalie Cameron, who's really close to being due. Now, she's not even at work at the moment, but she's still sending us these little passes to see Midnight in Paris. That's the movie we're sending you to. And here's letter 2 for our Sweet and Sour Halloween special. Hello, Sweet and Sour. My husband of 22 years passed away 6 years ago. And believe it or not, he still won't leave me alone. After all these years, I've started a relationship with a new man, and we've been together now for only 2 months. Every time he stays over, peculiar things begin to happen. That happens with every couple. I hear unusually loud creaking on the floorboards. It happens with every couple. Objects are never where I left them. That happens with every couple.
Alcohol.
Things flicker on and off at will. That happens with every bloke. And it's almost like the house is alive with his energy. Once I heard him whisper to me the words, "I'm still here," at which point I fled the house in tears, with my lover chasing after, wondering what was wrong with me. Last week, I explained to him and the rest of my family what's been happening. He doesn't believe in ghosts, and he refuses to even remotely entertain the idea, insisting there are other explanations. My sister, on the other hand, claims she always got goosebumps every time she visited once my husband died, but is totally sceptical about anything supernatural. What could I possibly do to settle this ghost of my husband? Will he continue to haunt me until I'm as lonely as him? And how can I convince the people around me that I'm not crazy and my husband really is visiting me? And it comes to us from Agatha, charming name, of Port Adelaide in South Australia. Yes, all the lippies are on the other side of Australia tonight. Kymba, do you believe in ghosts?
I do.
Ever met one?
No,
Okay.
thank goodness, because I'm not open to it. I don't want to, but I
Okay.
don't like to mess with things I don't know, so I just leave that out there.
Okay.
But I think this is very simple, Agatha, okay? I think you need to start pottery classes, you need to hire Whoopi Goldberg, and you just need to reconnect with your late husband. He clearly wants something. Just ask him what it is that he needs.
And
you
then
know?
send him on his track.
Well, because he
does have an issue.
It's only happening when the boyfriend stays over, so just go to your boyfriend's house.
Yeah, good idea.
You know,
Plenty of ways out of it.
Can't get there.
yeah, and well, that's it. And I think she's desperate for answers, so much so that she's asking everybody about it. She sent you a letter. I think stop wasting time trying to convince everybody you're not crazy and actually sort your husband out.
Yeah, go stay at your boyfriend's. What would you do?
Well, the first thing is, I want to know how... Agatha wrote here, will he continue to haunt me until I'm as lonely as him? That's sort of a bit of a negative comment, and I just wonder, Agatha, if you're having a bit of guilt now he's dead. I actually do believe in ghosts and sort of supernatural, but I don't believe it in this issue. I actually think Agatha's got to let her husband go. Her sister, I reckon, getting goosebumps when she goes into the house, because it's probably like everything that he had when he was alive is still there.
The window's open.
Everything's
cold.
there. It's just ridiculous.
You need central heating.
I actually think that she has lots of unresolved feelings, and she needs to get her shit together and say, move his stuff out, start again, get out of the house,
Darryl,
and actually start again.
Tell me you don't believe in ghosts, please.
Yes, I don't believe in ghosts, but for the sake of... Agatha, I think you may have misheard him when he said, "I'm still here." What he means is, when you're having sex with your new boyfriend, I'm still hearing you. And if that's the case, then...
Shut up.
Perhaps do it a little bit louder.
It's probably a neighbour through the window going, I can hear.
Yeah, that would be a horrible trick, so just check out for that neighbour. But other than that, look, I don't think there's any point in convincing the people around you that you're not crazy. Just leave it as it is.
Yeah, why do you need to convince anybody? Vince, why does she need to tell her sister and have her sister convinced that the bloke is still around anyway?
She's in denial. Agatha, what are you up to? You're in denial. You said he's lonely. Always was lonely. You remember, you know. You know. He asked for you to bring another woman to the bedroom. You didn't, and he's hanging around until you do. Hurry up, get another girl into the bedroom, let him have his fix, and he'll leave you. That's the only thing, 'cause he's lonely. You promised him before he dies he'll end up seeing another woman in the bedroom. It's obvious. Fix it and move on.
And Mitch, I think now he's speaking through Vince as we speak.
There you go. There you go. Vince has articulated the desires of your late husband. Please write us another letter when you've done all of those things that he suggested. When we come back, we're going to be working out why Aussies still bother with Halloween. If we do. When we come back, don't go away.
All right, hold on. Hi, my name's Lukey, and you're watching Sweet and Sour. No, it wasn't funny at all. It died.
We're on. Okay. Just chatting amongst ourselves. Dear Mitch and guests, Halloween is utter bulldust. At its best, it's an Americanism that just doesn't belong here in Australia. On top of everything else, it's utterly confusing to many in the older generation who have zero idea of it occurring every year. They are just utterly bewildered when they answer the door to 1, 2, 3 or 4 kids clamouring for a trick or treat. And let me be clear, not one of the brats wants a trick, as they just expect a stash of lollies to be handed over. The biggest negative, unfortunately, is that it's dangerous. Young kids are roaming the streets, knocking on strangers' doors. They're dressed in dark costumes, and that alone makes them hard to be seen by car drivers. And heavens knows, with proliferating paedophilia everywhere, the kids are constantly under threat. Halloween needs to be banned. It's unhealthy, it's dangerous, it lacks any credible meaning, and it's absolutely and completely un-Australian. Please begin the campaign to stop this total crap. Jessica, Maddington, WA. Okay, Susie, Halloween total crap?
Jessica, I would say to you, where's the petition? Can I sign up? Because I agree totally with you.
4 kids?
Absolute bullshit.
They all wanted to do it?
Yeah, well, I was introduced to it when they're little, and when they're little, you sort of walk around and it's in your block and it's all very controlled.
Is it fun?
Well, they love it and they get dressed up, and you know, you're only doing it in a very small vicinity. Jessica talks about the proliferation of paedophilia, and of course that's a problem. But there is it seems to be now that the 13 and 14-year-olds are very advanced, and in Halloween they run wild, and they're left with no parents. They're running out, so there is a danger to them. But I actually think there's a danger to us and our property for what they're actually doing.
So it's the 13 and 14-year-olds
it's the 13 to 15-year-olds.
Don't get it, they're out of control.
Well, the parents let them go, thinking it's okay, it's only Halloween, they're only going to walk around the streets at 7:30. They generally egg houses, they harass old people, and there's not 3 or 4 of them. There might be 10 or 12 or 15 of them knocking on your door going, you hold out a bowl of lollies and they go, this like animals, and then you go, well, give us a trick, you know, and they go, oh, bugger off.
What happens if we had an age limit of 12? Would it make a difference?
How are you going to have a major? It's up to parents to say no, it's bullshit. Or
So
shut your door, or turn your light
You
off.
vote for it being bullshit?
Yeah, I do. I really do. And
How do you
also-
stop it though? You just don't participate?
Well, you don't participate. So if there's not that many houses, and now I've found over the years of
You
doing
get a
it,
knock on the door, what happens?
you just turn your light off and you don't answer it.
Okay.
You don't answer
That's
it.
all you do.
And when the kids don't see that there's a light or anything, then they don't answer it. But I have to say, it also didn't start in America. It's actually started in Scotland.
Did it?
Yes. It was kid.
And you're the first one to want to ban it?
Yeah, I can't stand it. It's
Daz?
stupid.
Oh, look.
Did you do it as a kid?
Yes, I did do it, and I had a
You
lot of
must
fun.
be young.
Well, I remember my first one. We knocked on this house and we caught them having sex, and they came out in their jocks and they said, well, look, what do you want? And they gave us half a cake. I mean, you're right, Australians are not prepared with a bunch of lollies. Yeah, that's what we ended up with.
A cake. You had a cake?
After sex. Anyway.
After sex cake.
I do agree with you in another way,
What
Jessica.
was in that cake?
Marie Antoinette's hair. Let them eat cake.
I do want to agree with you because there is such a thing as call girls, and I guess this is like home delivery for pedophiles, you know what I mean? You've got kids roaming the streets, that is...
But they're not one kid. There's never one kid. It's always a group of kids. I don't think the pedophilia is the problem. I think it's more the people that are, the kids are, what they're doing.
Well, they might want to experiment like the Silence of the Lambs guy. I mean, it is Halloween.
Vincenzo, Halloween. Do they come knocking on the butcher shop door?
No, they don't. They're scared of butcher shops.
Do they come knocking on the home door?
That'd be the nice.
But seriously, I mean, if we talk about this seriously, you're going to always want to defend children, blah, blah, blah. But let's just go back a second. there's that other poor girl, Agatha. Her husband is out there walking around. It's one night where he feels. I think if Agatha checks, her husband might have left her alone that night because he was out roaming the streets with the kids. So don't worry about it. Give the kids one night to show you that they're untrustworthy. You've got to send your kids out once in a while. Give them some breadcrumbs and see if they don't come home. It's all right. It's one day in the year.
What do you give them when they knock on your door?
I've never had anybody knock on my door in
Probably,
my life.
It's probably that big red cross you've got out the front.
Do you live in a house?
No, I live in a house with a gigantic gate.
And a dog.
And a dog.
They just ring the doorbell a lot.
See, this
and,
is it.
and the Jack Russell gives them hell. So
He
get a
does
little
some
Jack
reason.
Russell
Final
and
word,
forget about
Kymba. You got a dog?
Jessica.
Oh, Mitch, I do have a dog, but hold me back. Get my gloves, because Jessica, you are a very angry lady, okay? Too many sour worms in your treat bag, and the front of houses should be labelled for people like you so we know where all the fun-spoiling old biddies live, okay? The older generation, you say they don't know what they're doing and they're so confused. Halloween's been around forever. They don't get ATMs, they don't get iPads. I'll give them that. But they know what Halloween is. And it's not the law to open your door. You don't have to see them.
That's true.
You can stay in your house. But seriously, parents are walking around with their kids most of the time. It's not dangerous. I think it promotes a sense of community because people might actually meet their neighbours. Okay?
Good point.
I agree
And
with that.
You agree with everything.
You can't agree with that. You
for little
poo-pooed
kids.
it already.
I agree with that little for
The
little
worst
kids.
thing to come out of Halloween is the embarrassment of not being prepared and giving them muesli bars and half a tin of Milo.
Cake up the other end.
Like,
Cake after sex.
and the thing is, Easter is an Australian, Christmas is an Australian,
That's
St.
right,
Pat's
none of
Day
it's
is an
Australian.
Australian. Take away all the fun spoiling Jessica.
Maybe we should come up with our own tradition.
She's a grumpy old witch. She should put her head in the oven.
I take it you
She's a
don't want to
witch.
give her the pair of limited edition sunnies courtesy of Alon Treves.
No, she doesn't go out of the house. She
Well,
should
which
stay
letter did you
inside
like?
because she's at danger all the time.
Who did you like the most?
Toby.
Toby from Cronulla in New South Wales because, the gore porn junkie.
Oh, he's got nothing
Vincenzo?
else.
Which did you like?
Agatha.
Agatha, okay. The Ghost, my husband
I
of
like
22 years.
Agatha.
You like the Ghost of 22 years?
Was this for the sunglasses?
This for the sunglasses?
Toby, I think you need it, mate. Because
2 all.
he's going to hide the eyes.
2 for Toby, 2 for Agatha. Jessica, the whinging bitch on Halloween, got nothing.
Just saying how it is.
I feel sorry for
But
Jessica
Jessica,
now.
yours is the most relevant letter for the night. So,
Sorry.
because I've got casting vote, I'm going to give it to you. And more to the point, you're in WA, so it saves us some postage.
Okay.
So thank you very much, Jessica. We've got to go. Vincenzo, terrific to have you.
It was wonderful to be here.
I want to see your photo.
If that's allowed to be public, yes.
It'll be allowed to be public.
Nude with an apron.
Ooh, I think it will be naughty but nice.
You doing one of those?
Not that I know of. Nothing.
We can organise something.
Could have been broadcast.
Sweet and
but-
sour. We'll get Suzie in it as well. Thanks for being here tonight, guys.
When I've got my
Suzie,
braces off.
when you've got your what?
Braces off.
You don't have to smile in the thing.
Oh, no, that's right.
Thanks for coming.
That's
We'll see you again
sultry.
soon. Daz, terrific to have you here again.
Thank you very much, sir.
Good luck
Wonderful
for
to be
the
here.
next 10 years as well. We've got to go. Thank all of our wonderful panellists on tonight's Halloween special. Thank our terrific creepy crew. And thanks for having us in your home tonight, Australia. Good night. Bye-bye.